Most people judge the behavior. Stoicism 2.0 asks what pattern is underneath it. That is where this work begins. A person avoids, and we call them avoidant. A person controls, and we call them controlling. A person shuts down, and we call them cold. A person chases, and we call them needy. A person lies, and we call them dishonest. A person keeps repeating chaos, and we call them toxic. Sometimes those labels describe what we see, but they do not always explain what is running underneath. The behavior is visible. The pattern is hidden. And the hidden pattern is where the real work begins. This does not mean we excuse harm. It means we stop pretending the surface is the whole story. Because beneath the behavior, there may be a wound. Beneath the wound, there may be a prediction. Beneath the prediction, there may be a nervous system protection. Beneath the protection, there may be an ego defending an old identity. And beneath all of it, there may be a person who never learned command. That is why one person can say, "I want love," and still avoid intimacy. They want connection, but their nervous system predicts exposure. They want peace, but their pattern keeps choosing distance. Another person can say, "I want stability," and still chase chaos. They may not be chasing pain. They may be chasing what feels familiar. Another person can say, "I want to change," and still defend the same behavior. Because the ego does not always protect truth. Sometimes the ego protects the identity that survived the wound. This is the chain most people miss: wound, prediction, protection, reaction, explanation, consequence. The wound may say, "I was hurt." The prediction says, "This will happen again." The protection says, "Do not let them get close." Then the reaction appears: avoid, control, chase, shut down, please, numb, attack, disappear. After the reaction, the conscious mind creates the explanation. I needed peace. They were too much. I had no choice. I am just protecting myself. This is who I am. I do not do conflict. But Stoicism 2.0 asks a deeper question. Is that wisdom? Or is that the old pattern defending itself? Because the reaction is the smoke. The pattern is the fire. Anger may be smoke, but shame may be the fire. Avoidance may be smoke, but fear of exposure may be the fire. Control may be smoke, but fear of chaos may be the fire. Chasing may be smoke, but fear of abandonment may be the fire. People-pleasing may be smoke, but fear of rejection may be the fire. Dopamine chasing may be smoke, but fear of stillness may be the fire. Shutdown may be smoke, but emotional overwhelm may be the fire. Blame may be smoke, but responsibility avoidance may be the fire. That is why people can apologize for the reaction and still repeat it. They apologized for the smoke, but they never studied the fire. Different room, same fire. Different person, same fire. Different excuse, same fire. Until the pattern is named, the pattern keeps producing new reactions, and the person keeps calling each reaction a separate problem. But it is not separate. It is the same system repeating itself. This is where moral clarity matters. The wound may explain the pattern, but the pattern still has consequences. Avoidance still confuses people. Anger still damages trust. Lies still break safety. Silence still wounds. Control still suffocates. People-pleasing still erases the self. Dopamine chasing still drains command. So the answer is not cruelty. And the answer is not enabling. The answer is compassion with accountability. Compassion for the wound. Accountability for the pattern. Because a person is not only the worst thing they do, but they are responsible for what they keep repeating. That is the line. You do not heal by saying, "This is just how I am." You heal by asking, "What pattern has been governing me?" You do not heal by defending the reaction. You heal by studying what created it. You do not heal by blaming everyone who activates the wound. You heal by learning command where the wound used to rule. That is why naming the pattern matters. What you cannot name can govern you silently. What you keep defending, you keep obeying. But once you name it, you can observe it. Once you observe it, you can interrupt it. Once you interrupt it repeatedly, you begin to train command. This is my abandonment pattern. This is my shame pattern. This is my control pattern. This is my avoidance pattern. This is my approval pattern. This is my dopamine pattern. This is my repair avoidance pattern. Naming it does not make you weak. Naming it gives you a place to begin. Because the Stoic does not pretend the pattern is not there. He looks directly at what has been governing him. He asks, what fear is driving this? What wound is being protected? What truth am I avoiding? What behavior must I repair? What command must I train now? That is Stoicism 2.0. Not quote culture, not emotional performance, not spiritual bypassing, not self-help language wrapped around the same old behavior. Stoicism 2.0 is pattern diagnosis, nervous system command, moral clarity, real repair. The goal is not to hate yourself. The goal is to stop being governed by what you refuse to name. The goal is not to label every person as broken. The goal is to understand what pattern is running the life, then interrupt it, repair what it damaged, and train command where the old wound used to rule. That is the leak, not just the reaction, not just the behavior, not just the label. The subconscious pattern underneath the behavior. A leak is any repeated pattern that drains your energy, weakens your judgment, and makes you easier to govern by fear, approval, ambiguity, or stimulation. Take the free nervous system audit. Stop guessing. Name the pattern before your nervous system keeps obeying it. This is Stoicism 2.0.